Well, João, an important 3 points for Chelsea. It was a game dominated by refereeing VAR decisions. What's kind of the talk of the dressing room right now?
No, the gaffer said to us they had a good team, physical team. If we start win the first ball, second ball, you could have a more chance to win the game. And I think we didn't start very well, but we score. You had time in the halftime to organize the team. And I think the second half we did well. We won the game.
The timing of your goal important, right before the halftime break?
Yeah, like I said, we didn't start very well, but I think when I score, the team had more time to organize and then to go to the halftime.
Do you think Chelsea were lucky in certain decisions today? I know there's going to be questions around Trevor Chalobah incident.
Yeah, I think the ref make his decision. I don't have nothing to say about. But yeah, if he gave that, I think he was good for us.
Were you worried that you might have been penalised in the build-up to the second goal? It was eventually given as a penalty, but were you worried for a minute there?
No, I knew my hand was close to my body, so I just waited the decision of the ref, and in the end he gave the penalty for us.
Good day for him, but much to discuss. Let's go back to that big talking point after 21 minutes when Fulham thought they'd taken the lead. Goal given on field. VAR recommended that Rob Jones an on-field review, and then he ruled this out. How big a moment do you think this was, Gary, looking back now?
Yeah, it's a huge moment. It's obviously a goal that would have put Fulham 1-0 ahead, away from home at Chelsea. Hard to come back. So I feel that Marco Silva has the right to feel angry, feel aggrieved, feel disappointed. We spoke at half-time. For me, in open play, watching it, there was nothing wrong with that. So Chelsea very fortunate in this situation. Fulham extremely harsh on their point of view.
And this was what he was sent to look at. He saw no issue with it on field, Rob Jones, and remind everybody he has the option to say, thank you for showing me, but I'm sticking with my on-field decision.
And I so wish he'd done that. That would have shown strength, that would have shown understanding of the game. This is just, OK, they tell me it's a free kick, I'm going to go with them. I can always say, well, I was told by VAR that it's a free kick. It was so wrong. That decision is so wrong. It was such a great trick by Munoz. It was really, really well played by Fulham, and they played better at that time in the game. They deserved to be 1-0 up, and it's taken away from them. And I understand Marco Silva he's angry, and for me it's weak refereeing. I mean, come on, I so much wish just one referee would go to the screen and say no, I saw this on the pitch, that's fine. I'm going to stick with what I did.
Marco Silva's mood in the 9th minute of stoppage time wasn't made any better when your man João Pedro popped up with this header.
Yes, we spoke about the delivery, which was inch perfect, and João Pedro affecting the game, scoring goals again. I think that's 5 now in 5 starts. Just a simple movement, buys himself a yard off the goal. It's a little nudge on the goalkeeper, buys himself a yard. We spoke before the game, though, didn't we, about maybe having a defender on the left-hand side of him. And this is where that would certainly have helped out from a Fulham point of view. The defender, arguably, if he's on the right-hand side, or the left-hand side, should I say, he can go and attack that, and then the keeper can get anything else off, above that. But in terms of João Pedro, like I said, 5 in 5, amazing for him. Great impact in this Chelsea team. Great delivery. And again, it was just rubbing salt in the wounds, wasn't it, for Fulham and Marco Silva, the timing of the goal.
And it got worse because they've played 3 and conceded a penalty in all 3 now, Fulham. What did you make of this series of events here?
Well, I actually think the actual decision is right. I think it is a penalty. We can talk. The penalty comes up here. That is definitely hits his arm, and it's out there. All the Chelsea players, they saw it. They're appealing straight away. Why is the referee not seeing it? Why does he have to spend 8 minutes going to the screen? And they go through.
But ultimately, they've come to the right decision.
Yeah, yeah.
So ultimately, this is actually a good use of VAR.
Well,
they've checked the foul and they've checked the accidental handball with João Pedro. Everyone happy with that?
I know you want to say that it's a good use of VAR. I'm looking for something different. I want the referee to give that. I mean, it's
but ultimately, Peter, we've got the right decision on field.
Well,
yeah, I agree with that.
What's the rules for this? I mean,
accidental.
He says his arm is in tight, but it's not.
So you think that should be handball and no penalty then?
No, I'm just saying, what is the rule there? He claims his arm is inside. What is the rule? If they go through every little bit in the run-up to that, then that's a handball.
Yes or no? Was that a penalty?
Yes.
So
when
we've
it got
reached the right
to
decision.
it was a penalty, yes.
Yeah, I agree. But we're looking at two different situations with this VAR. Now, I'm saying at half-time that Rob Jones was put under immense pressure by VAR on that decision for Fulham's goal. When he goes to the screen and it freezes it on that situation, it looks a foul. This I have no problem with. The fact that Rob has missed this in open play, the VAR gets involved, he sees it now. There's nothing in the first two. I don't think there's anything in this foul here now. That's too soft. The ball comes in. And my criticism to Ryan Sessegnon is, when you're going to block the ball, you can't turn your back. You have to take it face on, you have to stand up to it. And the way he turns his back, naturally his arms are going up, and then his arms are in an unnatural position. So I have no arguments with this decision.
So when you say the correct decision by VAR, you can say yes and no. Of course, they ended up with a penalty. It was a penalty. I still think, because Rob Jones is only like 10 yards away, I still think he should see that. Every other player on the pitch saw it and give the penalty. And then VAR go in, and then they check every little bit. But they started off checking every little bit running up to the handball, and then they gave the penalty. And it's 8 minutes. You know, this game was 106 minutes.
Which is one of the reasons why we must move on.
Oh, sorry about that.
Because Manchester United are kicking off shortly, after we've seen Enzo Fernandez dispatch the penalty comfortably from the spot to make absolutely sure.
Yeah, 2-0. And do you know what impressed me with Chelsea, to be honest? They didn't play the best in the first half. Fulham was very good in the first half. Josh King especially, very bright. But what impressed me with Chelsea is the second half, they managed the game so well. They just drained the game, they kept the ball when they needed to. They managed different situations. The manager was able to use substitutions, freshen things up. And that's what I was impressed with Chelsea. The way they managed the second half killed the game.